Hello, flower friends. This is Jen, and you are listening to the Floral Hustle Podcast. On today's episode, we're going to talk about 3 ways to help stop or maybe lessen posting anxiety on social media. I have coached florists and just some of my own personal friends, and there is a lot of anxiety around literally keeping up with social media, keeping up with the Joneses. I call it posting anxiety. And what posting anxiety is like you don't know what to post. You don't think you're posting enough. You don't know if your captions are good. There's just all this doubt, just filled with doubt that is what you're doing enough, the right thing, and is it working? So I want to talk about 3 things that can really help lessen that anxiety because, for one, you're going into it with a plan, you're adding value, and you are taking away that by happenstance, you're not posting because you are going to use a scheduling tool. So the first thing is, really developing a strategy around your social media in general. Without a strategy, you're going to feel like every other day, like I should be posting something. But if you develop a concrete strategy that, okay, we're going to have a theme this week or on this day. So let's just say Tuesday is Tip Tuesday and you share a wedding flower tip. What if on Wednesday it is Wedding Wednesday and you share, either a picture of something or you share maybe a video of you talking about something, wedding flower related. Again, that could be on a topic for the week. And then let's just say on Friday, it's Fun Friday, and you could share something, fun about flowers or a new variety of flowers. Like literally the options are kind of endless what you could do, but having a strategy is literally just takes so much anxiety away. Other strategies you could have is in Canva, get some graphics done that talk about promoting your business, talk about you, talk about your process. Literally, those could be scheduled and you could have a rotation between 2 graphics. Week 1 is an introduction to you and just says, thank you for all my new followers and talks about you. Week 2 could be about your business, about your product offerings, like your full service weddings or a la carte weddings, whatever you want it to be. Then on week 3 of the month, you literally could go back to your graphic that you created with the introduction, or you could create another graphic that says, talks about a venue you love, talks about color combinations or something that's inspiring that shows how creative you are. Then week 4, you could again circle back to one of those things. Or if you want to have a month, you could have a post all about your a la carte flowers program. You could have a post about the everyday arrangements that you make. You could have a post about literally a million different things, but either think of a theme for a week that you can talk about multiple times in the week, but maybe layer in a monthly strategy that you're talking a little bit about you, your business, your business purpose, your team, your, favorite, whatever it could be. Then you will make sure when you're posting those in Canva, you make the graphic and then you can resize it if you have Canva Pro very easily and no additional cost, to do that feature. Canva Pro is an additional cost, but it's not charging you per feature in Canva. If you just pay for Canva Pro, you can resize anything in there with the click of a button. You might have to move around a few things just so it looks proportionate, but you could have a Instagram post and an Instagram story graphic just like that. Super easy. And then you could keep a folder in your phone. You text them to you, or you send them to yourself via email. And then you can download them and save those Instagram stories because currently no posting tool has auto post for stories. It's a problem that is something with Instagram and posting. Then you also could have a day so that you're doing a reel, go through and save. What I do is I go through reels and I put a time limit on how much I'm doing a certain activity so I don't get sucked in. And I've been looking at social media for hours and hours and hours, which can not be great if you have to get things done. So then I will go and I'll find reels with trending audio. And you can tell that because when you click on the reel, it has like a little arrow next to the music. Then you save or you take during your wedding flower season, you're taking little snippets of like you holding a bouquet, you walking down a tablescape, you walking around a compote bowl that you did, you walking around an installation that you did. You just take all these little snippets and again, create a folder in your phone that has you could call it snippets, or you could call it like short videos for reels or reels, whatever it is, label that because you can take your trending audio songs because then like you should get some exposure. Then you put those, songs in, you pick your photos, then you're just like loading. And then they have a new feature that is literally called templates. And you could go in and just add your photos and you've probably seen the reels that are perfectly timed that it's like at a music change. It's doing, a change of the photo. You can just use the template and you load the photos in and it figures out the time for you and you don't even have to do it. So it's pretty easy. So you could layer in like a reel a week, or if you want to be big and brave, you could layer in doing a live video or a pre-recorded video if that makes you nervous of you just talking about like what you're up to this week and like what you're working on and show your work and really give a little bit of behind the scenes. So with that, like you've developed a strategy. So it's not always guessing. We don't want to guess. We want to have a plan. So like this week, my plan was to talk about wedding flower budgets. So I did several videos talking about different parts of a, wedding flower budget, or I talked about like, for some reason, bride.com says a 7% budget is normal, which is inaccurate. So I literally took different snippets of information about that topic. And then I loaded that into, a strategy for this week to do videos like that. And I could create static posts. I could create carousel posts, which a carousel post is when you see like a bunch of things that you can swipe and look at. That's usually like a solid color background or some design on it with some text. Those are very popular and do well from people swipe through them and want to really like just look and soak up. So you have a strategy. If you're wondering some other topics to talk about, because that seems kind of overwhelming, there's an endless array. If you sell everyday flowers, you could talk about fun birthday arrangements. You could talk about like what to write on a card. You could literally talk about any single thing. Like you could talk about balloons not being good for the environment and that's why you don't sell them if that's your policy. You could, if you're a sustainable florist, you could talk about that and what that means and help educate people because obviously most consumers don't know what that means. Then if you're a studio or event florist, you could show them one of your collections. So you could do a whole week on your rentals that you have. You could do a week all about roses. And you could show them like what you do when you get roses and what that process is and explain like how you get your roses. I've done a couple videos on that, literally just talking about how I buy direct from Ecuador. You could talk about centerpiece options and that it's nice to have like 2 to 3 centerpiece options so you create height and movement in your room. You could talk about pin frog arrangements. Like literally, I keep a folder. I have an iPhone. I keep a folder in my phone that literally is in Evernote, which is a notes app, but you could do this in any notes app. And I literally have bride education, and I put topics in there whenever they come to mind. And like literally yesterday, that was in pottery class. I thought of an episode for you guys, and I have a folder for that. So I literally, like, I just went and washed my hands and I loaded that in there because creativity and ideas come to you when you are calmer, more relaxed, like just literally you have brain space to be creative. And so I literally will think of something like in bed at 11:30 at night, and I'll just grab my phone and I'll put it in there. And then I know that I am allowing for creativity to come when it comes, and I have a mechanism to catch all of it. So that's one thing, is having a plan. But a lot of people worry about nobody interacts with my post. So I'm going to teach you a strategy to start to get people to interact with your post. When you do a video, make sure that front frame that you save, unless you make a graphic in Canva to upload it, which is also an option, but I don't personally do that. I think it's too much work. Make sure your text speaks to who it is for. So florist friends, listen up. Bride to be, couples getting married soon, listen up. You want that to catch them. And then you want to make sure that like the content is obviously good enough for them to want to interact with it. If you were putting lame content out, I wouldn't have great expectations that it's going to be shared. But in my experience, when you put out good content, I literally put out a video yesterday talking about 3 things that impact any wedding flower item you're buying, which was bloom choice, the size of the item, and the labor, which is based on the complexity of the design. And like within, I think like 3 hours, had over 250 views on that video. Shorter videos do seem to do better, obviously, because that's a reel and it's going to go into the reel ecosystem. But I do long form videos as well and put them in as a post. They're anywhere from like 6 to 8 minutes. And I'm literally going on, and people are like literally learning and going, God, Jenny knows what she's talking about. And like, I kind of like how her energy, or how she talks, or I like how passionate she is. Like all those things are picked up in a video. And so you have an opportunity to like shine in that moment. Then the biggest thing that I want you to take away from this section is to get interactions, you need to interact. So do not post and ghost. Posting and ghosting means that you have sent your post there, but you interact with no one. If you want to build interactions with your post, because that will, once you start seeing people interact, the anxiety lessens, because you know that like your content is being seen, and it's psychological, but it works. So I go in 15 minutes a day strategically and purposefully, and I interact with other accounts. I interact with other florists. I interact with other wedding vendors, and I go in their posts and say thoughtful, non-emoji. I've seen a lot of just emoji posts because I'm posting on your thing. That's not helpful. You want a meaningful, so it looks like that you actually took time and energy to create that interaction and to create a connection with that person that wasn't like surface level. So going in and saying like, I loved how you put this. Like, I know that in weddings, this seems to be a really stressful thing for couples. Or I love the color palette that you put together. It is so beautiful. It makes me think of the ocean. Whatever it is, be thoughtful, be like really caring about what you're posting, because then people are going to care about you. We live in a society that's take, take, take. And so many people do not give back. Be a giver. Be somebody that goes and interacts, because it will come back to you. Because when they see your post, and they think it's cool, they're going to share it. I personally give a lot back to my local floral community. I founded a local floral Facebook group for florists to connect. I put lots of educational content out there. Like, I help other flower friends however I can. Like, I genuinely care about my flower community, and I get referrals sent my way because of it. Because I am giving and I go and interact with their posts. So even though it's a florist, and like, why would I go interact with a florist? They're going to be booked a weekend and they're going to get an inquiry. And if you are top of mind because you were thoughtful with your comments and you act like you care and you're really putting in effort to help them, their posts not suck because they probably have posting anxiety as well, then here you are, like an amazing, beautiful human that you are, and you are helping them. So they're going to return the favor. They might send that couple your way. They might go and interact on your post. Being better humans is going to attract better human behavior. So be the better human and really care about fostering relationships. And then the interactions will come. I promise you the interactions will come. Then we need to schedule this. I do not want your social media presence to be, let's see how it goes. I use a tool called Planoly, but I've also used Tailwind before. You can also use Facebook's and Instagram's native scheduling tools. I personally like Tailwind, or I like Planoly because it has a Pinterest component. So I literally can also post on Pinterest out of one ecosystem. And to me, that's like way less complicated. So all of these educational posts that you're doing, literally, you could make those into a Pinterest post as well. You could make that into a blog, and that blog could then fuel all of these other things. So like, you could write a blog for your week. Then you could create a Instagram post story graphic, or a post graphic, then a story graphic, then a Pinterest graphic. You could schedule that and then push that out to all of those places. And then you could make a reel. You could download that and load that into your Instagram, or you could load it into YouTube Shorts. You could load that into Pinterest as a video pin. Like, there's just so many content repurposing. I'm actually going to do an episode just on content repurposing, but I wanted to show you, like, you could take that theme or that idea for the day and you could make it work for you in so many different ways of content that will serve you for a while. But Planoly will be your like tool, so you're not worrying about it. So if you want to dedicate 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, I'm going to sit down. So this is my CEO day that I'm doing admin tasks. Or guess what? Find someone that loves just loves doing things like that. That maybe could be an admin assistant, a virtual assistant, that literally you give them access to your Canva. You can invite people into your team in Canva, and they make the graphics. You provide the foundation. So I have provided the foundation that every Wednesday, I am posting a graphic with an audio clip from my podcast on it, and it is scheduled and sent via Planoly. I can teach someone to do that. You could teach someone this is my theme day. And that, even if you have a retail shop, that could be like a picture of a bouquet that you guys are running on special. That could be an educational post about a specific type of flower. And they literally could just Google or use the AI that now is also in Canva to help write purposeful comments, to help write like copy that should be in the post. So many possibilities, but using a tool to schedule that so it actually happens, because you've dedicated. You're not having to worry about for the next 14 days, or let's just say you want to post 10 out of 14 days. You're not worried 10 different times, which really it's going to be more than that because you're going to be worried several times a day about it. You worry one time that I'm sitting my butt down and I'm doing all this and I'm batching it. And then I'm repurposing it and like literally sending it to everywhere in Planoly. Planoly, they have a free option that I think you get to post to one platform 30 times in a month. But I think it's like $12 or $15 to do the paid. It is so worth it to not have to worry about that. So if I were you, try a scheduling tool. Like it is going to, I feel so much more zen that I know things are scheduled and ready to go and I'm not having to worry about it. So Planoly can be your saving grace. It can be that I am not worrying about it. I am like taking purposeful time to go in and just schedule it all, or I'm going to have an admin or a VA or a personal assistant or the shop assistant, whatever. I'm going to have them go in and schedule it all. And then I'm not worrying about it because you deserve that peace of mind. And it is so easy to do this. I want to tell you about my social media guide. If you haven't downloaded it yet, please go download it. I literally walk you through like an audit of your page. It is amazing how many florists don't even have their city that they're located in and they want to service weddings in their area. Whew. So this social media guide goes through an audit. Then it walks through each topic and like how you should really put like thought and intention behind that thing in social media. So like your name or your location or, you know, what your link is that you're going to. Then I go through like, let's think about each one of these items and get your wheels turning from a, like, how do I want this to feel? I want this to feel when somebody comes because this is your brand. This is their exposure to your brand. You want this to feel good. And I also am going to be walking through this in my Facebook group. So if you are not a member of the Facebook group, by time this is actually published, we will have gone through that, but there will be a recording in there that you can actually grab and watch as I go through it. It is at thefloralhustle.com/social. It's a free guide. It has workbooks in there. It literally even has, like, if you want to track your progress, there's a page for you to go in. Okay, this month we have, 3,000 or we have 250 followers or we have whatever it is. And that's on Instagram. We have 50 on TikTok. And then you're actually like watching the momentum from all of this effort because we want to know our effort is paying off. So you watch your momentum pay off because you have a tracking sheet. There's also like a 7-day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is laid out. What do you want to post when? That's laid out in there as well. It is so good. It is free. And I would love for you to be a part of it. I would love for you to join the Facebook group so you can see the recording. But I'm also going to be doing special things in the Facebook group, really teaching and helping florists like overcome these things because this is a big deal. A lot of people suffer from posting anxiety. And I can say with confidence that it can be easy. I have no anxiety about it, and I run several accounts. No anxiety. It can be easy. I want it to be easy for you. Go download my social media guide. And I hope you think of a strategy so you can get rid of posting anxiety and really go forward and kick some social media butt. All right. Have a great day, flower friend.